Es muss also besser werden. Nein, jetzt wird es noch besser. Übrigens Andreas Steindl, den kenne ich schon sein Leben lang, weil wir wollen jetzt ein bisschen über Building Bridges reden. Und immerhin, er ist ein Gott auf zwei Brettern. Also, danke. Ja, er fährt sehr gut Ski, weil er ist genetisch aus den Alpen zumindest mit beeinflusst. Ja? Und sein geliebter Papa, der Franz, Gott hab ihn selig, dem schicken wir jetzt auch mal einen schönen Applaus, weil der Franz war einer der besten Menschen in Aachen. Und das als Ösi. Franz, für dich. You know, his father was from Austria. Oh, wow. Jasmine, there's mountains and the woods too.
Yes.
Serena, where are you from originally?
Denver, Colorado.
Denver, Colorado. So there's the same subject, obviously.
The mountain.
The mountains, the Rockies, skiers' paradise, Aspen, Colorado.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
How far is it away from your spot where you were born and raised?
It was about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
45 minutes to an hour, depending.
Did you ever go skiing, or did you decide to be a volleyball player ever since?
I have never been skiing or snowboarding, but...
So boring, Andreas.
No. I spent most of my life playing sports. So I did basketball.
Basketball,
Most
okay.
of my life. And, oh yeah.
Okay. What about you? Same?
I played a lot of sports as well, but I've skied before. Never snowboarded.
Yeah.
That's on the list.
That's good for us because the borders, they ruin the slope. We don't like it.
That's right.
Right? Thank you. Also die Snowboarder, die ruinieren schon mal die Piste. Komm, egal. By the way, you said you went to high school and played sports there, or how was the system in America? Because now we want to be building bridges. We want to learn something about the culture of sport in North America compared to the German system. How did it go? Because most of us, we went to school, and in Germany, sport in school is so underrated. Nobody cares. You know, your Volleyballhalle, which we call arena now, is a nice one compared to the ones we had to do our sport in. So how did it go when you were even young? What's your age?
I'm 23.
23.
Yes.
Old enough to be here?
I'm 26.
Old enough to be here. I like that. I like that one. So 23, 26, before you answer my question, let me tell you one story. We went to Philadelphia when I was like 15 or 16 years old, and some of our guys, our friends, they were allowed to drive a car with 16. And they didn't really know how to handle it, Charlotte. What about you? No. Wrong question. Okay. So, and then I went to America many times, and I went to see the World Cup in '94 in LA, Rose Bowl, Pasadena, final, Brazil, Italy. And the semis were in San Francisco. And we were working our way down Highway 101 from San Francisco to LA. Andreas, we were driving, sober, of course. Andreas is head of Motor World Aachen. Also Andreas, big sponsor, nearly head of Motor World Aachen. Also Andreas Krabbe ist wirklich einer derjenigen, der Karneval unterstützt, den Sport unterstützt. Vielen Dank an dieser Stelle. Ja, sehr schön. What I wanted to tell you, so we were having a drink, and I was 25, having a drink by the road. And then suddenly, police came up. They wanted to lock us up because we were drinking a beer in public. And we just didn't think about it. 3 friends of mine, Tom Frings was with me. So we were already locked up, literally. And then, since I was a diplomat in my young age, I said, hey guys, we didn't know, sorry for that, no excuse, that's a major fault. No, not a fault, offense.
Nice.
And then I said, well, you let your young guns drive a car with 16, and I'm not allowed to have a beer coming from the beach with 25. And this is how I maneuvered ourselves out of the prison, actually. So, sorry for that. When did you start drinking? Huh? Nah?
I've never drank before.
Never. So it's her first time in a gallery and the first white wine.
Yeah.
Der erste Weißwein, liebe Freunde. Dafür müssen Sie nach Aachen kommen. Did you choose the dry or the sweeter white wine? Or you cannot
So inexperienced.
judge on it anyway?
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
Tastes good.
So, let's come back to high school and sports.
Yes.
Have you been pushed by the teachers, by your parents, by the system of sport? However?
I used to move a lot, and I had just moved to a school in Alberta, so my math teacher kept emailing my parents to force me to try out for the volleyball team.
Yeah.
And I finally went, and I ended up playing 3 or 4 years with those girls. Volleyball, basketball, softball, badminton. Played badminton. And yeah, so...
PTSV, badminton.
I'll
Softball
play
we
you.
don't have.
But yeah,
Pitch. Sorry.
that's how it...
Joking.
That's how it developed, and then I moved again and played club volleyball.
Yeah.
Then I went to the States, actually. So I'm from Canada, but I played in America
Okay.
for most of college.
Okay. Most of college.
Yeah,
And for what subject did you sign in college?
finance.
Finance.
Yes.
Hans-Peter?
Management
You
portfolio.
we wanted to build bridges, you know, integrate the players like you tried in Aachen, which didn't work out too well, Peter, I must say, because we went up 4th division. Huh? We ended up there, but now we're coming back. What about you? What did you study?
I studied psychology.
Oh,
Yeah. And with an emphasis in relationships.
relationships.
Yeah.
What about yours?
Great.
Are you friends?
I've never met her
so.
before. No, for me, sport, I started off really young, and where I grew up, we have recreation centers like PTSV, where young kids can go and try out all sports, and my parents really liked the idea of playing sports. They played sports. My dad did track. My mom was a volleyball player.
Check.
Track.
I
Track and
saw
field.
race and track.
Yes.
Track and field.
Track and
I
field.
saw.
And,
I thought.
my dad
Chess. You're smart.
I also love chess.
Yeah,
Yes.
me too.
That's a different kind of
Oh,
game.
me too, Debatte. Ich entschuldige mich in aller Form. Bitte.
And my dad really loved basketball, so I started playing basketball. And my mom, who is a volleyball player at heart, was like, "You have to try." And I said, "No, I'm a basketball player." And I went to my first tryout and pretended like I didn't want to be there. And I actually ended up making a team, and I fell in love with volleyball. It took over my whole world. I met all of my best friends this way. It really helped me build connections when I was in high school. So there's, everywhere is really big, and you can meet people through sport, which I think is great. So a lot of the friends that I had weren't just in my school, but in schools all around, like 2 hours away, 4 hours away, which I only made through volleyball. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without volleyball. And volleyball also took me to college. It's not something that my family could really afford without sport.
Yeah.
So sport played a huge role in my life, being able to go to college, and then after college, learning how to work with people and things like that, taking that into my career, which I had for a short while before I came back to volleyball. And then just being able to use those skills that I learned from a young age, how to work with people, to give your best effort and enjoy things, is what volleyball gave me. So
Super.
yeah.
We love sport. So we learn something about the importance of sport, of any sport, I would say. Hans-Peter, you just mentioned, maybe Serena pass the mic one more time to Peter. You mentioned before the break that it's very important for building your character we will be building bridges just now. Building your character by losing and winning. Don't take this one too hard, too personal. And on the other hand, if you are winning, don't get arrogant. Huh?
Yeah, that's the key to success.
Which one of the two?
Both. Yeah, if you get too arrogant, yeah, you won't reach your objectives. I'm pretty sure about it. And okay, too many defeats, you can lose your self-control, but
Self-confidence as well. Yeah.
It's not self-control, it's self-confidence.
Oh.
But you know,
Kennst du noch? This Lied, Self-Control. War das Laura Branigan? Did you ever hear of Laura Branigan? Andreas, kennst du Self-Control? Kannst du nicht spielen? Ja, gut, ist ja viel zu romantisch, Laura Branigan. 80er Jahre. Entschuldigung, Peter.
No, but you know, if you are a professional sportsman or sportswoman, if you don't learn to deal with defeats, then you won't be successful in the long time. And if you are too arrogant, you know, even especially that can work in an individual sport.
Yeah.
So you know, if you do tennis, or if you are let's say you are 100-meter runner, so
Like Usain Bolt, for example.
you can do your show, but
Yeah.
in a team it's very, very difficult, because you know you might offend the other players. So
Maybe Thorsten, the social brander, has to cut that one out, but keep it running. I mentioned Ronaldo first. We were talking about soccer earlier. To my understanding, he's super fit, as you said, lived the way as a pro. But on the one hand, that made him a star. And on the other hand, he became too arrogant as an individual person in a team. That's how I feel about it, because he says, I'm number one, so I must play, and the young players don't get a chance to play, right? Or do you judge on him that he's really so good that he must play?
I don't know how good he is at the moment. He's still a national player for Portugal, and
Yeah.
so he wouldn't play if he wouldn't have his role in the team. And I think that he's still very important for the Portuguese national team. What he's doing in Qatar, I don't know. But you know, it's his attitude. But you know, and he's a star. But I think that always, even if he has the aura of being arrogant, he's a team player.
Yeah.
He's really a
sure.
team player,
Yeah.
but you know, he directs his team to play, of course, for him, and they do it because they know how worthful he is. But what I wanted to say before is also that, you know, it's not only in sports. If you are in normal life, you are an arrogant person, you won't have many friends, I think. So.
This is why we stick together most likely. At least we have us. At least.
No, and especially in a team sports, you know, the other teammates, they have to be your friend.
Yeah.
In the competition.
Yeah.
Not in the private life, but you know, there's one goal as a team, and you know, in Germany always said, 11 Freunde müsst ihr sein. That's still true. You must be 11 friends. 11 friends, we said in football.
At least buddies, somehow.
Yeah.
Huh? Since you are a psychologist, you should know
And
about
nowadays it's a community of common interests. So,
Oh yeah, I like that. It's a community of common interests. Let's build the bridge between North America and Europe. Are we still combined by common interests? What's your feeling? I mean, your chief executive, CEO is Trudeau. Yeah. Very nice man, I think. What do you think about him? I don't know if you want to talk politics, you don't have to.
I don't have many thoughts.
Okay.
Okay. I don't follow it.
Okay. But you left Canada anyway, early, as you said.
Yes, I was 18 or 19.
And then what were your next
So initially,
stops,
I was at school in Toronto.
which is Canada.
Yes, in Ontario. And then I started playing for the national team. And through that, I discovered that I could get a scholarship in the United States. So I started talking to a few schools and decided to play in South Carolina, in Myrtle Beach. So ocean's right there, lots of pools. I could have a great time and play volleyball and have a free education. And yeah, ended up there, went back to the national team, and here I am.
Here I am. How do you feel in Aachen? That's the most decisive question from my side. And I think even if some guys are from the Netherlands or wherever, we are Öscher at heart. Yeah? Do you understand Öscher? No. That means the people from Aachen, they call themselves Öscher. I write it down for you later. Yeah, Öscher. But it's very important to say Öscher. Because, yeah, right. Because the amateurs from outside, they always say Öscher. Or Öscher.
Sure.
Öscher.
Usher?
Öscher. Yeah, Serena and Jasmine. So how do you feel in Aachen? It's our responsibility that you feel quite well, at least.
I love it here.
Really?
The city is amazing, the fans are amazing, and my team is amazing. Yeah, it's a great feeling to feel so supported all the time. And I'm also not used to the streets of Aachen. Like, I'm from North America, it's not as pretty.
So it's so tiny and small?
Yeah, and even like the apartments are so beautiful. I really appreciate everything that I see when I leave my apartment. Even my apartment is gorgeous. There's a church right outside. The bell strikes every hour. Kind of annoying at 8 in the morning, but you get used to it.
Are you annoyed by the church bell?
I know to shut my window at the right time.
Yeah. You know when to shut the window. Yeah, I once had a girlfriend in Cologne, and she was living next door to a big cathedral, and I said, "Can't we shut the window?" And 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
You always know the time.
That's right.
True.
That's true. So, AAA for Aachen, from your side?
Yes.
What about you, Serena?
I came from Vilsbiburg last year.
You know Germany anyway?
A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. It's really nice to be in a city and have access to the things that you need and have a really strong community, even though it is, for me, it's a big city. I think Aachen is a big city.
Yeah.
So it's really nice to have such a strong sense of community in a big city. I know sometimes people can feel lost or alone in a place so big. And like Jazz said, the fans, it's something that I've never really experienced before, at least in college, to the pro life, of having such great support and consistent support. Like I said, the city's beautiful, and being able to connect with my teammates in such an easy way and have things to do outside of just go to the grocery store. Nothing against Vilsbiburg. But it's nice to be able to enjoy the beautiful scenery. Like Jazz said, it's not like this in the U.S. I don't get to walk out of my home and see beautiful things like you do here.
It's more functional over there, if I could brand it this way.
I would say it's a little more functional here. I think it's easier to get around here.
Okay. You mean access-wise, and hopping into a bus, you don't have to drive a car.
Yeah, if I need to hop on a scooter.
I
love the scooters. They're so
That's how I met her, actually. You know, Marco from B2. He took care of my bag, like Andreas of his guitar. And then when I moved in, I met Jazz and said, "Hey, aren't you a player from PTSV and Ladies in Black? What would you think about a talk here next first Monday?" Here we are.
Yeah.
And Serena, I met when I walked out. She was about hopping on her scooter, and I said, "Hey, aren't you a player from Ladies in Black? This is why we're here." But who would we be without fans? That's your applause. All your fans. And Serena mentioned, Hans-Peter, one decisive word, I would say, consistency.
Yes.
You said, there is the audience, there is the support, and it's consistent.
Yes.
And that's, I think, something very interesting about the German culture in sport. Huh?
In sport in general, I mean, yes, you have the NBA and
Yeah.
NHL and things like this, but volleyball for me has always been a sport that's growing and getting bigger. It's in the States, it's not as popular as it is here, which coming to Europe as a whole and seeing such a strong fan base is one inspiring for the young woman inside of me, but it's also really nice to go back home and tell the young girls there, like, hey, there's a beautiful world of volleyball, not just here, but in Europe, where you, if you work really hard, you can maybe have the opportunity to go and like make friends and have that support and have that community. Like, you don't have to feel like such a small fish playing a sport. Like, you can feel like a big fish and have such a great connection with people more than just here, which is so nice.
Andreas?
Yes.
I would say, Andreas too. The two of you, but in this case, I mean not number one, but number two. If we need a headline for this evening, we should brand it, try to be a big fish. This is what I like about the idea. Huh? It's easy to be a small fish somewhere, but try to be a big fish.
Yeah.
And the biggest fishes in volleyball are swimming around in Italy.
Yeah.
Are you intending to go there one day, or will? Jazz?
Yes.
100%?
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Hans-Peter, we need to think about the contracts. Sign them early.
Wir sind ja ein Ausbildungsverein.
Ausbildungsverein. No, we won't translate that.
Es gibt ja viele Spielerinnen, die den Sprung von den Ladies in Black geschafft haben und eine sehr, sehr erfolgreiche internationale Karriere hatten oder noch dabei sind.
Zum Beispiel, wenn ich fragen darf.
Mackenzie Adams, Niki Daldrup.
Mackenzie Adams ist Champions League-Sieger,
Ja.
das muss man sich mal vorstellen.
Wow, aus Aachen, aus dem Ausbildungsverein Champions League.
Fred Bongartz, letzte Saison MVP der Bundesliga, auch in
Mega.
Aachen gespielt.
Mega. So the goals are high. And since you were talking about track and field, or at least I mentioned it, I don't, how did you name it? Tracks?
Track and field.
Yeah, okay, athletics, like running around or jumping as high as possible.
Yeah, or as far away as
Or as far as possible. Far, high.
All those things.
fast.
Okay, we do some exercises later, but let's come to the point. What are your goals for this season with the Ladies in Black?
To find success within our team and to win as many volleyball games as possible and make, obviously all of our fans and community proud, but also have pride within ourselves and what we put on the court, and make sure that, we give everything that we have, and if every time we take off the jersey that we say that, yes, we gave everything and we didn't quit and we're taking home a win. 3 points, hopefully, most of the time. But just to find success within our team.
Super. You know what? You should study psychology.
Oh, next year.
Next year.
Next time.
No, did you do a bachelor there or master as well?
Both.
Both.
Yes.
She's educated.
Yes.
Compared to you, or
Also educated.
also? Yeah, we realized that.
Yes.
What's your goal in Aachen?
I want us to be successful as a team, to make playoffs. I want us to push ourselves, and I just want to go hard. I want us to go hard to compete. How do you say that? To be dogs in like a classy way.
To compete.
To compete very hard and to push ourselves past what we think are our limits.
Yeah. And to answer my headline before we talk, now we have a new one. Now we are trying to be big fish. I branded it.
We love musicals.
Ja, me too. Again, eine sehr positive MeToo-Debatte. We love music, Andreas. In 3 Minuten bist du wieder an der Reihe, spätestens. Vielen Dank nochmal fürs Kommen. Ja.
That was the first chord of the new song Big Fish.
Big Fish, ja. Habt ihr das gehört? Andreas schreibt einen neuen Song, Big Fish. Das war der erste Akkord deines... Jawohl. Hey, let's finish it up. We wanted to build bridges. I hope we were a bit successful with that. I mean, kann man sympathischer sein als Serena in Jazz? No! Sind wir glücklich, dass Sie hier waren? Yeah! Danke. Hans bitte. Tja, liebe Freunde. So geht's. So nämlich. So, ihr Lieben, one last. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, sprecht drüber, kommt gerne wieder. Jeden ersten Montag immer wieder. Ja, kommt immer wieder in die Galerie. Auch, ja. Also, jeder erste Montag im Monat ist ein Talk like that. Manchmal ist er politisch, manchmal ist er wirtschaftlich. Nächstes Mal, Thorsten, musikalisch. You bring in the boys. Denn wir haben eben beschlossen, next talk, first Monday in December, Gen Z, the next generation will be here, rap and things. Rap and stuff. Victoria, thank you for having here. All the way from España. Rakis, thank you for coming again. Christophorus und all the other guys. Vielen, 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 vielen Dank. Tschüssikowski und Andreas. Mach weiter. Danke. Danke. I wrote these books.
Oh, really?
And because it's for the old guys like the two of us, this is why I printed it
Big print, huh?
in 14 Schrift. You see? And this one, hier, Bereitschaft zum Perspektivwechsel. Wer Bock hat, ihr könnt es kaufen. Die Ladies nicht, sie kriegen es geschenkt. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Peter, brauchst du auch eins? Okay, that's it.